So I chose this one for the one that we really talk about course management on because this is such an odd hole. It's not that long. Theoretically, you can drive it. I mean, I've driven it before. You just have to take it up over Vermeen's house.
Yep.
So driver isn't always the play here, especially for you because your miss is a hook to the left. So you very well could hit the house, slash that could end up out of bounds. Whereas I like, because you know I play a fade, if I miss it and it's missing right, chances are it's still going to miss and be in bounds.
Right.
Unless I hit it just so awful I catch it in a tree or something. So the play here, especially because you know you're going to have a wedge into the green anyway, and because the green is so sloped, is really more to take like a 4 or 5 iron up to play it out to the right of that bunker. I personally I grab the 5 iron out of my bag because that's what I always hit off this tape, because you also know that the fairway slopes to the right and long.
Yeah.
So if you carry the 4 iron too far, you can end up in the rough and lose your ability to spin it.
Right.
So I like the 5 iron just because it's going to leave you. I think the longest I've ever had is like, especially into the wind, I've had an 8 iron into this hole, which is nothing.
No.
So this is the thing I was worrying about. Maybe your 4 iron's a little too long because you did end up in the rough.
Yep.
So you're going to lose your ability to spin the ball. Luckily the greens aren't that fast this time of year, so it's not as big of an issue. Plus you have a little wind helping you spin it a little bit more. Okay, so you know how this green severely slopes. That pin's in the middle, slightly back, so it's actually not that terrible a pin. So what is your thought with this?
My thought here is to try and hit a high cut off of the guard shack, and if nothing else, it'll catch that slope and roll to the pin.
Okay. You've checked the wind. Which way is it actually going?
It seems to be swirling.
Okay, it's swirling, but it's helping a little bit as far as your cut goes.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. You're hitting out of the rough, so the ball's not going to cut as easily because, one, it doesn't have as much spin, but also because the tendency of the rough is to grab the hosel and shove the face.
Right.
Also, your lie, because you're sitting just slightly, your left foot's going to be slightly uphill, you're going to have a tendency to pull it left. So don't play as big of a cut as you think.
Okay.
Like, I actually would almost take this right at the
I
front.
was going to say maybe aim straight at it.
Okay, so anytime you're playing, though, you just have to take into account, just a few things we talked about, as far as the lie, the wind, everything like that.
Yeah.
Think about, like, if, say, you were going to land an airplane, you'd always check the wind first, weather, stuff like that. Same thing with this. You know your pre-shot routine. You just have to remember to do it on everything and know how each thing is going to affect the golf ball. So just remember, if it's in the rough, it's going to shut the face. It's not going to spin as much. If it's uphill, you're going to pull it. Downhill, you're going to cut it. And then just take those into account. They might cancel each other out. You could do exactly what you just did there and aim straight at it. I like this shot because you can do a variety of things. Now, if you were to just have this to begin with, what would you think?
Probably just play a simple bump and run, try and land it up in here and let the slope take it to the hole.
Okay. Now, because this is late in the year and the grass is a little bit longer, you know it's not going to slide right up front of you like always, so you can get away with it, which is what I was kind of hoping. So, if you're going somewhere else and you're practicing, something where it's that significant a slope in the green, that close to the flag, you know, especially the higher you play it, if it starts catching speed, it has more momentum so it can run past the flag.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, there's a chance that might go in the hole. There's also a chance it's going to end up 40 yards down the fairway, which is why everyone hates this green. So, you've figured out by now that anytime you play a ball in this hole, and especially like where that flag is, it comes up 3 feet short and right, it will actually stay.
Yep.
So if the greens are so fast that you can't get the ball to stop near the hole, maybe you need to try and play for that 3 feet short and right. Which in this case would actually be, you'd aim a lot closer to the flag and just play something a little bit higher and just get it to stop quickly. Don't let it catch that hill and catch any momentum.